Stephanie Bigelow and Chris Jennings, your front row set for 20 laps. Pace car pulls to the infield. We are underway at Winchester, final feature of the afternoon. Out into the race lead goes the number 6 machine of Chris Jennings. Stephanie Bigelow fights with Steve Vore in the number 2 spot. 3 wide back behind them. Ryan Hoffman in the bottom lane, trying to get around the number 15 machine of Andy Jennings. Thomas Bigelow in that fight as well to complete lap 1. Your race leader is Chris Jennings. Chris Jennings, all kinds of loose smoke in the right rear of that race car. Chris has a modified he's been playing around with a couple of times at various speedways throughout the season. But right now, you see the 07 machine of Steve Vore starting to close in. Ryan Hoffman trying to clear Stephanie Bigelow for 4th. Put Bigelow back to 5th. Here comes Wyman down to the inside as well. Andy Jennings in that 15 machine, biding his time back behind Wyman and Bigelow. Feature event winner from here earlier this season, Aaron Teagarden, fighting as well. Thomas Bigelow, the number 43 machine, takes a peek down to the inside of Steve Vore. Vore holds the position. Bigelow has to drop back, but that's going to let Ryan Hoffman in the 117 close in. Wyman brushes the outside wall just for a second, but no harm, no foul. They keep it going. Single file like a freight train down the back straightaway. Hoffman taking a peek down to the bottom of Thomas Bigelow. Bigelow falls back in line. Hoffman follows suit. Steve Vore taking a peek down to the inside of Chris Jennings. Contact! Steve Vore to the inside, and he gets into the back of the 6 machine of Chris Jennings, and he saved it. Both cars keep it going. Good save by Chris Jennings. Caution flag out, lap number 4. First caution flag we have seen here all day across all 3 divisions. 140 total straight laps without a yellow. Race fans, how about that for all the drivers on hand here this afternoon? Pace car pulls ahead of the field. Set to resume racing. 4 laps complete, 16 to go. For the Vore's Compact Touring Series, Ryan Hoffman, Thomas Bigelow will bring the field to green. Thomas Bigelow, that 43 machine, gets a solid restart. Ryan Hoffman going to go to 2nd. Wyman and Bigelow battling for 3rd and 4th. Bigelow going to have to drop back. Wyman gets the spot. Here comes Aaron Teagarden up the inside. Teagarden and Bigelow continuing to battle for that number 4 position. Andy Jennings in the 15, Chris Jennings the 6. They're trying to make some work now with Stephanie Bigelow in that 44 machine. That's all a battle for a top 5 spot. Six laps complete. Thomas Bigelow, your race leader. Ryan Hoffman 2nd. Ryan Hoffman has a feature win here at Winchester earlier this season. He's trying to claim another one today, but out in front. Thomas Bigelow in that number 43 machine, holding strong. Jake Wyman 3rd. Teagarden is 4th. Back in 5th, the number 44, Stephanie Bigelow. Andy Jennings, Chris Jennings, they run 5th, 6th, and 7th. J.R. Vester sitting back in the number 8 position. Then the 14 machine of Mark Jennings. Down to the inside of Stephanie Bigelow. Trying to hold off the number 15 machine of Andy Jennings. Battle for the lead. Thomas Bigelow, Ryan Hoffman here on the front stretch. Ryan Hoffman, that number 117 machine, trying to clear Thomas Bigelow off the 2nd corner. He's going to get him down the back straightaway. Put Ryan Hoffman out front. Ryan Hoffman to the race lead. Bigelow 2nd. Battle now for 3rd. Aaron Teagarden down to the inside of Jake Wyman. Wyman now tries to clear Bigelow. Wyman going to almost, now he'll clear him going down into turn number 1 and 2. Teagarden now, he'll get a run on Bigelow. Wyman's up to 2nd. Teagarden is now running 3rd, this time by 10 laps complete. Going to be 10 laps to go, halfway in of this one. Chris Jennings in the number 5 position. Stephanie Bigelow 6th. Andy Jennings 7th. Good battle back in the pack between J.R. Vester and Mark Jennings. That's the 31 and the 114. Brian Redmond, Steve Vore back behind them. Steve Vore was looking strong back before the caution flag when he and Chris Jennings got together. Now stuck back in traffic. 85 car Phil Iliff taking his car down to the inside of the racetrack. He looks like he's pulling off. Race leader Ryan Hoffman. Almost a 2 full second lead over second place Jake Wyman. Do Wyman and Teagarden have enough time to catch back up to the 117 of Hoffman? We'll find out. This time by 7 circuits remaining. Chris Jennings, Thomas Bigelow sitting in 4th and 5th. Chris Jennings spins out. Oh, problems for Chris Jennings. Shreds a tire, comes all the way off the race car, down in turns number 1 and 2. See some debris laying on the racetrack. Caution flag out. More problems for the number 6 of Richmond, Indiana's Chris Jennings. Pace car pulls down onto pit road. Hoffman and Wyman, your top 2. Green flag back in the air. 7 laps to settle it here at Winchester Speedway. Ryan Hoffman back to the race lead ahead of Jake Wyman. Aaron Teagarden's got that top lane. He's going to set sail for second. Teagarden, a feature win here earlier this season as well as Hoffman. Battle is for 5th. Stephanie Bigelow on the bottom. Andy Jennings, the 15 on the outside. Down to the inside of Thomas Bigelow goes the 15 of Andy Jennings. That's the battle for 4th. Chris Jennings turning down to the inside of Mark Jennings in the 114. This time by 1 handful will go in the air. 5 laps to go for race leader Ryan Hoffman. Stephanie Bigelow and Thomas Bigelow battling pretty good back there for a number 5 position. Stephanie's got the spot right now, shuffling Thomas back. Here comes Chris Jennings back down to the bottom. Chris Jennings has had a pretty eventful day, but he's still holding strong, trying to battle back up into the top 5. He's got 4 laps to get back to it. We'll wait and see if he does. Side by side, he works with Thomas Bigelow. Put Chris Jennings up to 6th. Put Thomas Bigelow back to 7th. Top 3 cars still all under a blanket. Top 2 trying to streak away. Teagarden, 3 laps left to try to run down Ryan Hoffman. Problems for Steve Vore down on the inside of the racetrack. Caution flag going to be displayed. Caution flag displayed to race leader Ryan Hoffman as we see the 07 machine of Steve Vore. It appears he pounded the outside wall pretty good in that number 07 machine. And we'll have just a couple of laps left to finish this one with the Vore's Compact Touring Series. Caution flag out, 17 in, 20 laps the total distance. Chris Jennings in that number 6 machine has battled back to 6th. He was pressuring Stephanie Bigelow back before the caution flag. 3 laps to settle it. Hoffman, your leader. Wyman down on the bottom. Here we go. Green flag going to go back in the air. 3 laps to settle it at Winchester. Side by side, down into corners number 1 and 2. Wyman gets a little bit squirrely. He's going to give up some precious time. Here comes the 15 of Andy Jennings pressuring Ryan Hoffman for the race lead. With all the problems that Chris Jennings in the number 6 machine has had all day, he's battling for a top 3 spot. 2 to go at the line. Ryan Hoffman, your leader. Andy Jennings in 2nd. Teagarden battling with Chris Jennings. That's the battle for 3rd. This time by, white flag goes in the air. Final lap to go for Ryan Hoffman. Ryan Hoffman trying to hold pat. He's gapping 2nd place. Andy Jennings in the number 15 machine. Final trip down the back straightaway. He got a feature win here earlier this season. He's going to bag another one. Checkered flag going to go in the air this time by. Ryan Hoffman takes the win today in the Vore's Compact Touring Series. Randy Jennings second, Aaron Teagarden third, Chris Jennings fourth, and Jacob Lyman will round out the top 5. And we'll meet our winner in victory lane in just a second. Race fans, as you exit the racetrack tonight, I want to thank you again for coming out here on Old Timers Weekend 2012 at Winchester Speedway. 2 big shows left to go on the calendar. Coming up in 2 weeks, Labor Day World Stock Car Festival